Hello everyone. So, I've got some Brett May news. Some Brett May news. Now, if you're all wondering what this black mark is on my arm, I am in the middle of getting all my arm blacked out, and then I'm going to get white tattoos on the top of it. So yes, I'm getting it blacked out. It's going to go, all this shite's going to be covered all the way down to here, and then I'm going to get white tattoos on the top of it. Don't ask me why, I just wanted to do it. I think it looks cool. You know, the wife's not too happy, but it's getting done. Anyway, Brett May has been arrested. Now, before I go on and talk about the stuff that I know, the stuff that I found out from good sources in Doncaster, Brett May's been locked up. But the things that I've heard and the things that have gone on over the last few days, is no surprise to me. It's absolutely no surprise to me. And the reason why it's no surprise is because we all know what type of individual Brett May is. Brett May is the type of individual that is clearly no angel. He is clearly still up to no good on them streets. He's running around thinking he's a bad man, a gangster. We've heard him on YouTube and social media threatening people's houses with firearms, knives, all the rest of the usual wannabe gangster bullshit. So from what I've heard and what I've gathered and what I've seen, it comes to no surprise to me, and although I don't want to see him get hurt, I don't want to see him go to jail, but you reap what you sow. Now, Brett May, from what I've heard, Brett May's house was targeted. Now, by who, I have no clue. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was the certain individuals who he constantly talks about. Travellers, Albanians, the numerous names he's mentioned who he's stabbed in the eye, slashed up, beat up, He constantly mentions names, podcasts, videos. He's constantly talking about travellers. He's constantly talking about these criminal outfits who are obviously not going to take it lightly. And he's an absolute wally for doing so. So apparently his nana's house was targeted. Yeah, his poor nana. I don't think Brett May will give it a second thought. I don't even think he'd be bothered as long as he's all right. But his nana's house was targeted. But they got the wrong house. They got the next door neighbour's house, and a car was reversed into some innocent family's home. A car was reversed into the front room a couple of times, at least 4 or 5 times. Now, this is Brett May's doing because he's a big fat gob, because he thinks he's something he's not, and this is what happens, isn't it? This is what happens in that world, and it comes to no shock to me because of the way he carries himself, because of the things he says, because of the way he talks, because of who he thinks he is. We all know that he's a donut. He's got peanut balls. He can't fight sleep. He's got a little tiny heart. And he be something on camera and on YouTube and on social media. He's something that he's not. Whether he's somebody in jail or not, I beg to differ. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really care. I don't really know. But this fight will not happen on the 4th of October. If it does, I'll be very, very surprised. Now, if Brett May doesn't get remanded, he'll stay quiet till after the 4th of October. You can guarantee that. Brett May will not come on YouTube. Brett May will stay quiet. The reasons he'll stay quiet is because this is his excuse to get out. This is a perfect excuse to get out of the fight. Even though he's only fighting shadow boxer, and let's have it right, Brett's a professional boxer, professional fighter. Shadow boxer should be a walk in the park, although I do think Shadow will beat him. I think Shadow will put it on him and Brett will give in. Brett will go blind again. But this news that I've heard today come to no shock. I think Brett is a coward. I think he's a whopper. I think he reaps what he sows. But no innocent people, or his nana for that fact, deserves what's happened to him. But yeah, I heard Brett got arrested and he was shouting that he's been stitched. He got arrested by armed police. Let's see what happens. God bless, guys. Take care.